This is how we play.
Shirt, not clean. Oh.
Hey. Hey, my computer is being a little weird. I'm just going to restart quickly while I have time. Hey, my computer is being a little weird. I'm just going to restart quickly while I have time.
back. Hey, Lampe.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh.
That's better. Now I can see everything.
Look, there we go.
Oh, you were able to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. I guess that wouldn't look good at night. That would look good in the day.
Mm. The negative with that kind of thing is that every like 2 minutes it shoots out like a beacon light, so it's kind of like disruptive.
Yeah, that's fair.
Hey, Matt.
Hi.
Heyo.
Where is the lamp?
I am here.
Then like moss to the flame together to you.
Did you just compare Lampe to like a flame, and then
Yeah,
we
that-
fly into him?
That was
Yep.
very good.
Did I hear that right?
Well, basically. I mean,
I did
it's
that for
like
the
that.
stream.
interesting and complicated than that, but yes.
We gather to you like moths to a flame.
Wasn't there a way to get this to do without fucking with the aspect ratio?
May we be burned.
So should I change my name to? One second.
Kind of sense of subtlety. This aspect ratio is pissing me off, though.
On what?
The stream.
Oh.
Is that better for a name? Like a Mothe to the Lampe? Is Johnny here?
Johnny who?
The other guy that's playing. That guy.
Welcome to the world of darkness.
Oh, there we go.
That would also be the wrong overlay.
I'm gonna turn you up.
Oh yeah, what's up with Lamp being so quiet?
Am I?
A
You were
little.
earlier. You're a little bit better now.
It's probably randomly decided what mic I'm using again. Discord just fucks off with my mic sometimes. It does weird shit.
To be fair, I do have you at 101%.
Huh, yeah. Well, as long as my mic's working.
Yep, can hear you fine. What the fuck are we doing?
Alright. I assume this is everything. In fact, it's one more person than officially signed up.
Huh?
No,
Oh.
there's 4 of us.
No? All of us signed up.
So we're going back to the Green Dragon? Gonna go fucking kill it?
Need to find way to have that.
It- This session's called Citadel. That makes me think we're going to like some sort of Citadel.
Yeah, I know. I'm just making a joke that we'd get abs. I almost died in one shot from a Green Dragon last time, so
Yeah.
the
Nope.
thought of trying to go and kill it now would be
Hilarious.
asinine.
Hilarious. He is correct. It would be funny. So
Comedic genius.
Oh, I gotta change my color. Pink. Bright pink.
That is a bright pink / purple. Now it's pink.
is everybody who's playing the game in the game?
We're missing 1 in Roll20.
That's what it looks like to me.
I'm getting there.
So I had the perfect amount of tokens left to do an enchantment, which is great. After recounting everything.
Mhm.
What'd you read? What are you gonna do? Or
Well,
what did you do?
yeah, I was just going to tell you, Lampe, I picked an enchantment on a pair of boots. And correct me if I'm wrong, but reading it said that I add 1 to fortitude if it's boots.
What?
If they're +1 boots now.
No.
No?
No, they're just regular boots. They're not a +1.
Oh, I thought enchanting something made it a +1.
+1 goes on.
Masterworks.
No.
No,
Plus
just
one,
weapons.
Numerical enchantment bonuses go on weapons, suits of armor, and shields.
Okay. So if it was the chest piece, it would have affected the +1s. Okay. Still, there are boots, and I chose the enchantment, and I pay the tokens.
Yeah.
And I chose the freedom enchantment.
Freedom.
Oh man, this looks good at night.
Oh, I never did upload that, did I? That's right, because I was gonna have to go through and get rid of the art again, and I just didn't have the energy.
All right, so I removed that mistake of fortitude, back down to normal.
That needs to be done again.
Well, I thought wearing a pair of boots gave you a +1, but it's not going to give you the +1.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
I thought wearing
Is-
just a
is
pair
that
of
a
boots
joke?
gave you a plus. To
Is that a
anything, or
joke
does it
about
not?
foot
Just
size?
boots of whatever.
No.
No,
Okay.
I knew it didn't affect anything. It was just flavor, but I didn't know that when you enchant boots, it doesn't put it to +1. You'd have to get that done as well if you wanted them done, right?
Well, you can't.
Okay, I see what
yeah,
you're
you
saying.
can't. Those would be independent. Yes, you have to pay for both of them.
Yeah.
The enchantment
So it's-
costs as much as the +1 itself does.
Yeah, so it's not like the longbow where it became a +1 with the enchantment. It's just separate like that.
Well, the longbow you had to pay to put the +1 on it first anyway.
Yeah.
And then you pay for the whatever the effect is on top of that. But you just
Yeah,
put an effect without an enchantment bonus on everything that's not a weapon, shield, or armor. So there's a lot of things that it's actually cheaper to enchant something else. But then you don't have a +1 weapon or shield or armor, which it's generally better to have.
Yeah, but now I have shiny boots.
Mm-hmm. Freedom boots.
Yeah, and well, it was my idea was that I don't know, like, what would be the point of going to enchant my sword now when I could potentially just do one of the quests on the bounty board and already get a +1 sword and then just enchant it
Mm-hmm.
instead of spending twice. So I didn't pick that.
You're getting a crescent moon blade.
Maybe if I'm in on that one, I'll try to. Whoa, there's more stuff on the thing.
On what thing? The bounty board?
He's talking about the token.
No, there's more stuff on the bounty board.
Oh,
Called it.
Well, there generally is.
I think Miriam put something on there having to do with plants.
Yeah, I saw that, but there's two other things below that now that were added that day, I guess, that I just didn't see.
That reminds me, I gotta get that dungeon put together. Kind of nice to have templates, though. Last minute, yeah, you. Make a copy of you. No, don't archive the page. That's exactly the opposite of what you.
A rival clan of were-rats.
Yeah.
You go back to the fucking burial ground now and fight undead dwarves? Ugh.
Wait, I thought. Wait, the burial ground from before?
That's what I'm assuming. Well, it just says a dwarven burial mound has been desecrated
Mm-hmm.
by the
Thank-
death cult.
Thank God we didn't desecrate it then.
No, we were told not to.
Yeah. Because if we had, a whole bunch of fucking undead dwarfs would have popped out.
Well, I think that's what the death cult did. Was they just by desecrating it, they raised dead. I think that's what that meant.
I like how you misspelled destroy.
Yeah.
And shield and superior and crossbow.
I forgot to spell check on my way out. It happens.
Oh, that's cool. Were rats?
Mm-hmm.
I forget what bipedal rats are called.
Where at?
No, were rats are people who turn into half rats.
But a bipedal rat would just be a rat.
No,
Human hybrid?
a sentient rat species that walks on its hind legs. Because you know how rats can already do that? Imagine just a giant rat that just
So the
walks on its hind
Skaven?
legs. Skaven, hey, that sounds right.
There is a.
That's Warhammer Fantasy.
There
It is Warhammer Fantasy, but it's technically what he's talking about.
No, he's talking about Master Splinter.
Yeah, Master Splinter would be a Skaven.
Master Splinter counts is what I was talking about. Yeah.
Dude,
No,
he
he
had green ooze. Come on. Think about it.
How
It was a
dare you.
disease. He spread his disease among his children, which would be the turtles.
That doesn't really work.
It doesn't, and yet somehow I just made it work, Lamp.
Yeah, shouldn't
On
they
a
be the-
whim.
Shouldn't they be the whatever they're called, the reptile people? And aren't they at war with the Skaven? Aren't the Skaven just sort of at war with everything?
Generally.
Anyway, we're not.
From what I've read, they pretty much go to war with anything randomly at the in the night.
They just like
Everything
get
is
up
at
and
war
eat
with everything in Warhammer.
potentially,
It's really true.
potentially, but not necessarily.
And I don't even know that much about Warhammer.
You really don't need to know that much, and all you need to know is the galaxy is at war.
Well, that'd be 40k. They don't have Skaven in 40k. In fact, the
No, they don't. That's kind of sad.
rat people in 40k are part of the Empire. The Imperium of Man.
What?
So,
Oh, the rat people. Yeah, but they're not the Skaven.
well,
Wouldn't they just be rat folk then? Just regular, like, rat
that's what they
people,
call
but
them. They were an Imperial Guard special unit.
Isn't Warhammer considered one of the darkest universes in fiction?
I mean, a person can choose to consider it as such, I'm sure. Everyone is here, yes?
Correct.
Uh,
I don't know if Johnny. He hasn't spoken in a while. Are you still there, Johnny?
What? Yeah, I'm here.
Perfect.
I'm starting to have trouble differentiating whose voice is whose.
Yeah.
no, I shouldn't do that. I was going to use the jukebox for the first time ever in midstream without knowing what I was doing, but it's too hard to edit the audio when there's music playing, so I've decided that there doesn't get to be music during the live streams anymore, which is just as well because no one watches them.
I'm watching.
Yeah, might as well, since I brought it up.
yeah, I watch your Descent into Avernus because those are usually weird.
Yeah, I wish there was a lot less arguing taking place in them, but yeah, the edits will be.
I listen to them while I clean my room, and it's kind of nice.
Yeah, I do that sometimes with stuff too. Let's see. Where else do I normally throw these things? I don't want to throw the community stream in there because I'm afraid someone will watch it. And I don't.
Isn't that the goal?
No, because we're like real bad, and I'd rather they watched the edited stuff. Okay, this is fine. All of this is fine. Besides, if the edited stuff makes any traction, then we'll have more people in here yelling at us for doing it wrong than we can handle. And then Matt won't even have time to play anymore because he'll have to just be a mod all the time, banning assholes and muting Nazis and whatnot.
I mean, what else is there to do in life besides muting Nazis?
I mean, you gotta mute a lot of Nazis nowadays. They're fucking everywhere. All right, where were
Can't
we?
believe Nazis came back.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up. So,
Yep.
welcome to Nostria, etc., etc.
Hello. John, what's your character's name?
Lorfax Stormfist
That's
von Kako.
that's
Still can't
a
say the
name.
last name.
There's a lot going
Yeah.
on there in that name.
Yeah.
There it is. So from what I was told, your character is like friends with Arbon, the other Goliath one.
That's the Goliath priest, or what is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The wise of.
Priest?
No, she's a.
She's an alchemist.
Yeah, I'm friends with her. I came
Yes.
I came with her to the place.
Yeah, so you would have
How do I
seen. You'd have seen
normally
my
do
character
this?
Yeah.
because my character was offered by her just to hang out in her hut. So you would know Bellinor by now.
I'm gonna play Never since we're going back to the Dwarven burial grounds. Supposedly.
Are you?
We're not.
That would
Me?
have come as some surprise to me.
I don't know. I thought I got convinced by Callum's.
I was
think.
just reading. I was just reading them out. We're
Yeah,
doing this
he
Citadel.
just found out that was possible. It cannot possibly be what you signed on to do today.
We're doing.
I have no idea. I signed up for the session maybe 2 hours ago.
Mm-hmm. That's what I
Yeah,
was
but you
talking
guys
about
are-
earlier.
But you didn't read
the.
the paragraph of what's going on, because usually there's a short paragraph that says this is what's happening.
Well, even then, you can generally line it up with whatever it is that's on the bounty board. But you guys should probably be talking to each other about stuff.
Yeah, so basically, Bellinor has put this notice up to anybody to come in with him because he noticed this was there. And apparently, we're going to check out an ancient elven place where Duskblades were trained, and my character is a Duskblade. And the notice was posted by somebody who is a very high-ranking witch member of an Eladrin city, so they'll have answers for my questions.
Not only that, but isn't it the start of the Malaise quest?
Yeah, it's
Malaise.
information regarding the Malaise, and that's
Yeah.
my character came out of the Malaise and wants to figure out what it is, if it's a threat or not, and information on it.
Probably going to get more than you can handle a day. Potentially more than I'm ready to give you. All right. Let's see. So, who are each of you playing?
Bellinor, I put it under my name in Roll20.
I do not have you in here. Rad said he was playing Never. Well, he also said
Never
he was playing
wants to
Burial.
make pretty things.
Matt, I assume you're Galathar.
That is correct.
It's an Eladrin quest, so to not take
Yeah.
it might be weird. Tenny. Miriam has updated Tenny, apparently. Matt also. Johnny. Open that up. Brad. Nobody.
Brad.
Akash.
Wait, no, Brad's the NPC.
Gunner. Haven't seen Gunner for a while. Somebody might want to try and get him involved in one of these. Gormac? Don't remember. Oh, that's Richard.
What's Jimmy been up to? He hasn't played since his session 0, right?
He's in my Tuesday game. He's on the Baby Kraken show.
Oh, nice.
Baby Kraken do 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 do. Baby Kraken do 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 do.
That's good. At least he's still playing.
That first episode was really embarrassing.
Is your Baby Kraken show a Naustrilla thing, or is it a 5e thing?
It's a 5e thing, but it's it's in the same universe that the other Lampedition stuff takes place in.
Oh, cool.
Let's see. That's a unicorn. So I'm gonna go into shared with me and find you here. Probably yes. Add a shortcut to drive, please. And I want it in my drive. Get out of here with your uploads. No, god damn it! Why would that close both windows? I blame Mac. I blame Mac for everything. Mac users are silly people who have silly ideas about how things should work. And everybody that wants money from the unreasonable amounts of money that Mac owners hemorrhage on electronics have to have user interfaces that don't make any sense.
Oh no.
D&D, Nostria, characters. Add shortcut. Add. All right. Now I'll be able to find you in the future. Okay. I believe that is everybody. We are. Well, you probably still need Baldric, but he's not coming now because there's too many people. But you have no healer, and that's funny to me. Bellinor's got one use on him, so be very careful.
We might have to take a bunch of short rests just as we go.
Let's see here. Initiatives are 12, 10, 12, 12. So all your initiatives are between bad and acceptable.
Nice.
Just like immediately.
Well,
So
I
the
have
breakup
nothing
is
that.
here, the beginning is here, the end is here. All right.
I have nothing that boosts my initiative spell besides Dex.
Why is this still open? I finished with that hours ago. In fact, I think I finished with it yesterday. It shouldn't even be open at all today. Let's go back through here, and we will find Naustrilla. Okay. Actually, this is not. I'm not the DM on this screen. I'm a player on that screen. I'm casting that shit. What is all this exclamation point that they've got going on here? It's not interactable or anything.
Oh yeah, so as I said in the post, I'm willing to forfeit my share of the gold on this one. So you guys will split it evenly instead of me with you.
Man, most of my characters end up giving their gold away to the victims.
But it also makes 150 split evenly a lot easier.
I most certainly would not.
Is there anything we should do before we leave town while we have a minute to talk about it?
Well, you know that you are headed south into a region that apparently... why are these backwards? Used to be known as Inlea Sil. Is that correct? Is that how? Even I don't know how to pronounce Elven. It's kind of a weird language. Didn't I put the map in here?
Yeah, the Indri Issi
The Indri Sea.
Map?
Yes.
Yeah. Indri Issi.
So that'll probably involve Feywild. In fact, the way that Citadels of Dusk tend to work is that the reason they call them that is because they can only be entered or exited by people that aren't part of the group, that aren't in the know, at dusk and or dawn, and otherwise they are impenetrable and unreachable unless you know the Fey paths to get to them. That's part of how Duskblades are trained. It has to do with sort of the, not even necessarily secrecy, but more just like teaching you that you have to learn the ways, the paths in and out, and that you have to be able to sort of think in terms of trans-dimensionalism. So a very important part of like all of the teleporting stuff that Duskblades do, it's actually not even just something that's taught, it's in the way that they learn how to think. And they're sort of like raised in this environment usually with the expectation that they will become one of these people, because in their youth they showed signs of being adequate swordsmen while also having signs of reasonable capacity for magic or for transdimensional thought. And like the most powerful and successful and highest ranking of the Duskblades have a tendency to wind up in positions of power in the elven equivalent to the armed nobility, warlords, and that kind of thing. And then those are the blade singers, usually, who are elves that have mastered all kinds of swordsmanship and arcane magic, usually music and poetry as well, because those are all very important to elven society and elven communities. And they'll take on these major positions of leadership in the military.
The old fogies.
And
Well, I
this
mean,
is
they're
stuff
all
I would.
old.
This is stuff I would definitely know.
Yeah.
This is how, this was like, it's funny because you are absolutely aware of a lot of these things, but some of the details are still sort of hazy as you're remembering your own childhood being raised in a place. But you can
details
see
are all Malaise.
they're all Malaise. You can see in your head though, like the way that these kinds of buildings are laid out. So you sort of understand their shape. They're like a box that is drawn around a library, right? And then this library will be a place where all kinds of really important things are stored, but usually ritual spells. And then like the history of the place, which is necessary because people come and go a lot. People will be away on missions for 100 years or more.
So this is one of the instances, rarely in elven culture, where history is written down.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. But remember that this isn't how we think about history. Like, this isn't historians writing things down that they have uncovered from 400 years ago. These are literally people writing down what is happening right now so that people don't lose track while they're gone.
Yeah. Okay.
Not to say that they aren't good records. They're meticulous. But
so it's more journals than history books.
Yeah, and it's going to be extremely technical and everything, but it's also not going to be written with the understanding that it needs to be useful for time immemorial. It's going to be stuff that's written, with a lot of things like shorthands, references to specific individuals, that kind of thing. Because, I mean, for elves, it's not that big a deal. You do that for a human being, and in 40 years, nobody's going to know who the fuck you're talking about. But for elves, that motherfucker's still going to be alive in 400 years.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, dude, I have a question about this book you wrote when you were 14. I
think you mean 140. It is a 14-year-old elf writing a book.
That's true.
I think they're still toddlers at 14. Unless you're playing 4th edition in Ravencrest. In Ravencrest in 4th edition, they grow up as quickly as humans do, which always bothered me. Rubbed me the wrong way.
To be fair, an elf is still a toddler at 60.
God, that's weird.
Yeah.
No. Okay, so where are we at here?
So
God,
it's a
do you
longer
think the
journey.
mother would get annoyed, right? It's been 60 years. Get off
Get out of the
kid.
fucking house.
Have you read my other character's story? That's exactly it. It's been fucking 40, 50 years. You go get a job.
Get off my tit and get a job, you wanker.
Okay.
This is a long travel from.
So
do we have to go find that fucking tree? No, we don't. Okay.
No, that's way over there. You wake up the day that you're planning to go on this journey. You were sitting there staring at a log, as is your custom, and a frog wandered up on top of the log that day.
A frog on a log.
And it croaked at you weirdly, and then vomited up a scroll.
Can I smooch it?
And then disappeared.
As is tradition.
No, this happens
smooch,
to Galithar.
Smooch the toad.
Or
I want to see if I can get high.
Doug, grab the scroll. Can I read it? Take a look at it.
Yeah. It looks like it's going to be wet and slimy, but to the touch, it's perfectly normal.
Magic.
It is from Doyen Viral, who warns that they and you and your guild may not be prepared for what you're going to find in this place. The note then goes on.
Sorry.
The note goes on to explain that they're aware of this because of things like signs in the star that don't make any sense to you, and like whispers from the old mothers and things like that. And there's like all of this. When she cites her sources, they do not mean anything to somebody that has not been a warlock for a very long time. They're gibberish.
Like I don't understand the sources?
No, and you suspect almost nobody else does. You're not sure if these sources are in here so that she can tell you why she thinks these things, or just to impress you.
Okay, well, I guess since this is the morning of, I'll go and find where the rest of us are waiting and hanging out, and I'll bring it to everyone's attention.
All right.
Galathar, what do you make of this?
I'm not even with you guys yet. I'm just punching boulders into artwork.
Oh, you're not Galathar today, are you?
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Oh.
Huh?
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, I was busy real quick.
Galathar, reading it, says that you have to prepare yourself to the best of your abilities, and that you must shield your mind if possible. You're not sure what any of that means. It also calls you by name, like this was written for you to read personally.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
Sexy.
Huh.
That is not what Bellinor sees when Bellinor reads it.
Yeah, I'll tell them exactly what I saw when I read it, because I'll just be paraphrasing.
I mean, you can't help but paraphrase because some of it's nonsense.
And then I'll correct him on what I see.
And then I'll go and grab it again and say, no, it's right there. This is what I see.
Yeah.
And then I'll say, I'm not debating that because it's magic, bro.
Yeah, it's also coated in slime no one can feel because the slime doesn't seem to be real. So
you said something about protecting your mind is what you read. Because I read something about the guild and us specifically are not prepared for what we're going to find. Do you think this is worth bringing up to somebody in the guild before we go and unleash something we don't understand?
I think that's thunder. It's going to be annoying.
Oh, is that what that just was I heard?
It was really, yeah. It was a long one.
What is wrong with my camera? Is always just rogue. It just does not respect me.
I'm not being impolite. I would ask, like, you guys, but I don't know if you guys speak Elven or know any of the lore about this.
Nope.
Yeah, that's why I went straight to the other Eladrin.
Mm-hmm. To any non-Eladrin, it doesn't say anything.
Yeah.
It's
Never speak most important language. Punch.
I do like
Does the
punch.
guild-
I punch.
Does the guild have any other Eladrins that are more powerful or more knowledgeable than us?
I don't think so. I imagine that they would be here if there were. There's Ravina's an elf, but not a Ladrin. There's a half elf, I think, but not a Ladrin. I don't know if there is another Eladrin in the guild.
Well, even somebody who has training in history or anything like this that would know more than we do. I mean, worst case, we go to the commander with this. Like, that's our chain of command, right?
Yeah, but remember, actually, Baldric, Commander Baldric was going to come on this mission. But at the last minute, there was work that he had to oversee. Which is just as well, because he's extremely unpleasant to be around.
What a good fucking excuse.
Well,
I'm a little...
He has to do stuff.
He's the only person who runs any of this.
Abandoning us.
But you also have to remember that until the topograph was found, nobody around here knew anything about these ancient kingdoms and the way that this place was originally divided into these subsections, or that Enlaese existed.
This is a pickle. What do you guys think? Like, you said something, Galathar, about shielding our minds, right?
Yeah. Is there any items we can get that can do that? Or
Actually, the way that it was worded, it sounded specifically like Galathar is supposed to shield their mind. It was a very personal direction.
Because
yeah,
the
he's
way
just
I
leaking himself.
yeah, oh, that makes sense. Because I know about the whole idea of the elves believe the eyes, windows to the soul, that
Mhm.
kind of thing. So they protect their eyes. But if it's directed at Galathar, like, what do you think, Galathar?
Combat is window to soul.
That explains how. Yeah, because when you kill somebody, you pull their soul out that window, right?
Yeah.
Kind of makes sense.
No, you push them out. They drop 20 floors. What do you talk about?
Right.
Oof. I mean, what can I do? I don't know. Like, is there any checks we could do to try and figure a way to shield Galathar's mind?
No.
I don't really have any items or spells that would be able to help.
Yeah.
Do we have a way of reading, like, magical writing if it comes up? I know, Galathar, you're a magic user. Do you have anything that could help with that?
I am currently flipping through my spell book because I haven't chosen my spells yet. So
Yes.
let's see if I can find something that can help protect against psychic damage.
That
And this
sounds...
is my other question, Lampe.
Mhm.
This character's sister has a ritual book for comprehend language, or whatever it's called.
All right.
Can my characters share items between each other?
Yeah. I mean, you control both characters, and they both live in the same place, and we've been talking about what you're doing before you leave, so I don't see why not.
Yeah, because I made it the point to say I copied that Elon's book.
Mm-hmm.
So now she just has her book and then this ritual book.
Now, that's great and everything, but I will note also that, like, where you're going, you should probably be able to read and write all the languages that are there.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. If I give this ritual book to Bellinor from my other character, it's arcane. It's the power source they both have.
Yes.
Would he be able to have that ritual book and cast it as a ritual because he has it?
Yeah.
Okay. I'd like to do that.
As long as you have access to the power source and access to a copy of the ritual, you can use it.
Okay. I just didn't want to go and start trading items between if that was a no-go.
Yeah.
So I'll add the ritual book to his inventory. And then I'll find the spell description and add it.
I mean, you should buy a ritual book. But that's about
Okay,
it.
I can just do that then.
Well,
Is
I
that
mean,
50 gold?
you had a ritual book already.
Not Bellinor. He learned rituals through his his
Oh
classes.
no, we talked about this, yeah, because I don't actually have a rule written down for anybody that isn't a mage for how they record their rituals.
Yeah,
And
so
since
we
I don't have a
mentioned that
rule
these
for it,
two-
you can pretty much do it however you want.
Well, I think we said that these two were like the memorized versus the learned.
Yeah,
Like these were passed down to him. So if I wanted any more, I'd have to find the books.
yeah, that's fine. That's fine. You don't have to.
So I'd be cool with buying a book, spending the gold.
Yeah, it's worth
and
it
then-
just to have the paper around. I mean, how many times has it come up and Matt's had to use paper out of his ritual book
Enough.
for whatever reason?
Yeah, so I'll do that. How much is a book? 50?
Arcane Mark is a cantrip, yes. Why is it like this?
So can I say that I did that previously and I have it ready, or do I just
Yes.
now? Okay, cool. So the battle tome. No. The
Battle Tome's real popular.
well, I'm
That
thinking
was
like I don't need
a joke, and everybody and their mother's got one.
I don't need a battle tome. So how much is just a ritual book?
Videography of battle.
I think it's like 20 gold.
All right, I'll deduct 20, and if we find it's more, I'll deduct more later.
I'd be shocked if it was more. I was about to give it to you for free, so if it turns out to be more, I don't think we'll bother. All right. Is everybody ready to get underway though?
Yes. Do you want to know my spells though, real quick?
I do indeed.
I'm gonna go with Burning Hands and Color Spray.
Classics.
So much
Yeah.
for psychic resistance to psychic damage.
I couldn't find anything. I have ones that do psychic damage, but nothing that's resistant. At least that I can find.
Who needs protection from psychic damage when you can just burn everything down? It's not that bad a plan. It's not.
Yeah. Just do the damage to them before they do it to you.
Hopefully that's how it works.
Language of punch.
All right, so I have comprehend language
Mm-hmm.
in my book now.
All right.
You know what would be funner? Fuck it. Instead of Color Spray, I'm gonna go with Grease.
Oh no.
My grease and your grease and my sleet storm all in one.
Well, Grease is an area, but it can also be set on fire.
And he has burning hands. Yeah.
Yeah, that's big. That's big brain power right there.
It really is. Instead of just burning you, I can burn you to fucking hell.
Yeah. So this is all true. Let's see how far are you guys going out here, because you said something earlier that makes me wonder how far we're talking. Oh, good God, that is a ways. What is this?
Should be. Well, is there anything else that anyone else wants to do before we go?
Oh, that's not so bad.
Maybe grab my character, because the only reason that he would go anywhere is if somebody got him.
Yeah, I'll make a run to the shop and pick up my boots that I ordered, and then go grab Never.
All right. and then you
Never.
pick up-
Do you still have your sentient rock?
That's a different character.
That's an owl in 5th edition.
Yeah, that's a different game.
That does take
And
place
then-
in Ravenin, though, so that character is in the same world and using the same system as the baby Kraken.
Okay, that's interesting.
How much are potions? Do we have them in stock at the store?
No,
yet.
there's
Good point.
nobody in town that can make potions. Nobody's taken brew potion yet.
Yeah.
The guild sometimes imports some. We're supposed
Yeah,
to be
we
able
should
to
probably
get
get some
the token.
healing stuff because we don't have healing.
Does the engineer class, can it do that?
It can, depending on the build, but I think right now mostly Sharia blows things up and bonks them with a big club. She does like
That's how she's
poultices,
playing
I
that
think.
class?
Well,
Well, that
she's
makes sense.
she's the wise woman of the forest, and she has like a whole thing set up for thunderstones and smoke bombs and all that kind of thing.
Wise woman knows language of battle.
Yes, she does know that. She keeps having to act as an impromptu tank.
Yeah.
It's really funny.
So I guess if there's no potions in town, I can't buy any.
Yeah. Somebody should get on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they really should.
Maybe Douglas when he gets back.
I guess that's. Yeah, I'll spend time in Endure Elements Ritual on everybody. Where we go.
All right.
What does that do?
Just you and your allies are reasonably comfortable in any conditions that are not extreme enough to cause damage or other effects.
Ooh, it tickles.
So like you could sleep in a snowstorm or in torrential downpour.
Torrential downpours are a real problem in Naustria too.
Yeah. So
Yeah, we
If it's
ran into one once. It was a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
if it's something that would piss you off because of the weather, it doesn't anymore.
It makes
Didn't
it
we
go
have to hide in like a?
to just a mild inconvenience.
We had to hide in like a really shitty like overhang.
Yeah. Otherwise, you'd have been drowned. You'd have drowned. All right. What about you, Matt? Is there any rituals you want to do before you head out?
Let us.
Surprised we don't have any high-ranking like elf.
About
I think you're going to
False
become
life.
said high rank in elf at this rate. What were you saying, Matt?
false life.
All right. Remember, that one only lasts an hour.
I got really nothing else then other than mount
Okay.
or unseen servant. Does anyone need anything carried for with them?
I'm good.
All right.
Yeah, I pack light.
I'll ride my horse and we'll just kind of walk slowly.
You should probably take the brew potion feat when he levels up. That's how I'd fix it. Okay, so you guys start. No, you go to the carriage to get a ride down to the stronghold of Clan Hardbidden, where the commander comes from. I think this is the first time literally all of these characters have ever seen the stronghold of Clan Hardbitten.
That is
True.
Yeah,
correct on my part.
mine too.
All right, so you travel for a while. You get to a hill.
Slowly, we travel slowly.
Well, it's a carriage. It's so
Yeah,
so
we're-
fast.
It's just because he said we'll go slow.
As you get over the top.
Oh,
of
if
the
we bring the
hill-
cartridge.
As you get over the top of the hill, you can see down into a clearing. There's this huge field, and in this huge field, there's a bunch of, flat area surrounded by fields, which is growing almost exclusively wheat. And then within it, there's a huge circle of clay, which forms a sort of wall. And within this huge clay wall is like huge ornate stairs going down, and which are walled in black stone. There are dwarves riding on very large combat-bred cassowaries, and other similar members of the sort of greater emu family. They ride around carrying their crossbows. You know them to be the Clan Hardbidden's dragoons, who are, up until you guys arrived, the closest thing there was to any sort of law and order in this on this whole island continent. They're doing drills and things and protecting the entryway, all of which could be closed off in a moment, shutting off the stronghold of Clan Hardbitten, which goes for probably maybe a mile underneath what you're seeing here ahead of you.
Well, that's
They look strong.
more beautiful than I expected to come from dwarves.
The carriage drops you off in the middle of the ring, and dwarves immediately start coming up toward you, but thank you for your time. Like, comment, subscribe, and share.